Hi guys, hope you're keeping safe. Mr Cannon back for another PE lesson. Hopefully you've given our last couple of sessions a go over the last couple of weeks and keeping nice and active whilst you are at home. Okay, for this week's session you're just going to need a pair of socks, okay, rolled up into a ball. We may need a couple of other targets later on, but I'll talk to you about that when we get to them activities, okay? So to start off with, you just need a pair of socks in a ball. So once you've got your socks, we're going to do a quick warm-up. Okay, so all we're going to do to start off with, we're just going to get our hands moving because we do lots of throwing and catching and hand-eye coordination activities today. So I want you to pass the beanbag or your sock if you're at home around your body as many times as you can. Nice and quick, getting them hands moving. So we're passing in front, pass behind, in front, behind. So turn to the side. Okay, this is what it will look like. Changing hands in front, changing hands behind as quickly as you can. Just get them arms working to start off with. Once you've had a little go at that, I'm going to get you to place your socks in front of you on the floor. Okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to clap in front, clap behind, and then we're going to do that for 30 seconds, and then we're going to pick our socks up and do a little bit of throwing and catching. So it's going to look like this. So in front, behind, 30 seconds, and then I want you to pick your socks up, and we're going to throw and catch. Okay, keeping your eye on your socks or your beanbag if you're at school for 30 seconds, and then we're going to pop them down. Okay, so it's 30 seconds clapping, 30 seconds catching. Okay, give that a go, pause the video, and then we can move on to our next activity. So once you've given them a go, you should be feeling nice and warm now. We should have got our hands moving a little bit. We're going to be looking at some throwing towards a target to start off with. So I've laid a tea towel down on the floor here, okay? Just something that you can throw towards and try and make it land on top of, okay? So if you haven't got a tea towel, you could use an old t-shirt, something out of the washing basket, a jumper, a hoodie, anything. If you're at school, you might use a bucket, you could use some cones, you could use some of your PlayStation or Xbox games cases if you want to make it a little bit harder, okay? Or you can use some books. Anything you've got that can make a target, okay? Now remember, when we throw underarm, our arm needs to finish facing the way we are aiming. So if I'm aiming towards my tea towel, when I let go of my beanbag or sock, it's going to finish facing towards the tea towel, okay? Really important. Where do I need to be looking when I throw? Yeah, we're going to keep our eye on our target as well, because it's important we know where we're throwing. So, if you want to make it easy, you can stand really close like I am at the moment, and you can throw underarm and try and make it land. If you've got a bit more space and you want to make it a little bit more harder, you can take 1, 2, 3 steps back, and can we make it land on our tea towel? And then you can go collect, pick it up, and you can go back and you can give it another go. So again, underarm throwing towards the target. So just so you can see in the camera, okay, underarm, when I let go, my arm is facing towards my target, okay? I want you to have 10 goes at that, okay? And then you can move on to the next part of our video. So pause this, give it a practice, see how you get on, guys. Right, so when you've given that a go, I want you to switch hands. So we've been working probably with your strongest hand, the hand that you write with. Can we switch over and can we use the opposite hand? Again, 10 times, pause this video, see if you're just as good with your weak hand. It's going to be a bit harder this time, so you're going to have to really concentrate. So for the next part of the video, you're going to need 1, 2, 3 pairs of socks for this one, because we're going to make it a little bit harder and a bit more of a competition. So it's going to be a bit more tricky. Okay, so make sure you've got 3 pairs of socks. If you need to pause this while you go get them, you can do that now. Right, once you've got your 3 pairs of socks, okay, I want you to take 3 big steps backwards if you've got space. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to put a marker on the floor for where you're going to throw from. So that could be anything that you put on the floor just to mark where you are throwing from each time. Okay, so anything in your house that you can stand behind, okay, and then you can put your socks next to your marker on the floor. Okay, once you've done that, okay, you're going to ask an adult to time you for 1 minute to see how many times you can get your socks onto your target. Okay, so we throw our first sock, our second sock, and then our third, and then we're going to go and collect them. Okay, and then we run back to our marker, and then we're going to give it another go. So I'll quickly show you what it will look like. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 points for Mr Cannon, because I got all 3 on that time. And then I come back to my marker and I go again. 1, 2, oh, that one's gone off. 3, so 2 more points. So a bit of maths in this one. So Mr Cannon's on 5 now. And I go back to my marker again and go 1, 2, 3, 2 more points. So that takes me on to 7. And you're going to do that for 1 minute to see how many you can get. Once you've done it, I want you to practice that 3 times. And I want to see what your best score is for your throwing. Okay? Tricky one. Give it a practice. See how you get on. Right, so for our final activity, I've added in some smaller targets. So I've put down some books, okay? And the smaller targets this time are going to be worth double points. So these are going to be worth 2 points. So if you land it on your tea towel or your t-shirt, whatever you've been using at the start, you still get 1 point. If you land it on your smaller item, you're going to get 2 points. And you're going to give the last activity a go again, and you're going to see how many points you can get this time. So you need to think, am I going to go for the harder challenge and try and get more points that way? Or am I going to go slightly easier, okay, and see if I can get lots of points doing it that way? It's up to you which you think is going to be the best way to get the most points today. Okay, so I'll quickly show you again. Stand behind your marker. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. So that time, because I got it on the book, I got 2 points, 3 points for the tea towel, and the other one wasn't on. So I'm on 3. Go back to my marker again. 1, 2, and 3. So again, I got 3 more points. So that takes me on to 6. Okay. And so on for 1 minute. Okay, if you need a bit of help adding up, you can ask your adult at home to help you. And then again, 3 times practicing that, what is your best score you can get? Give it a go, see how you get on, guys. Lots of practice. Remember, the more we practice this, the better we will get. Right, guys, so that's the end of our activities for today's session, okay? What I would like you to do before you finish this video, though, is think of different challenges you can make up at home with your throwing. So I've added some books in for double points. Can you find other items that you could add in, okay, to make it harder and a bit more of a challenge? Could you try with your opposite hand? Could you try some overarm throwing, okay? But remember, whatever you try, make sure we don't break anything at home. Really important that we're careful, okay? So hopefully we're all keeping nice and safe. Hope you've all enjoyed the lesson, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now, guys.